Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Profit Talk. Tonight we're talking about social media and its uses for reselling. I can't promise that we'll stay on that subject because you know all three of us. Um, people were mad this morning. Well, not mad, but people were kind of mad this morning about
We were
reseller
on topic for like a whole hour. Like the first 30 minutes of the show was a bunch of bleh, like it always is. And then like an hour of the show was actually like talking about stuff. And then the last half hour went downhill really quickly.
And Anissa, own it because you did it. I'm looking at you. It was your fault because you started the whole thing. We still don't know what to call people.
Well, it was my fault for announcing it, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even look to see if like the viewers dropped off.
Oh, I didn't either. I don't know. I didn't see anybody.
So what was the subject this morning?
We're not going to talk about it.
The one that got us in trouble?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no.
You can go back and watch it if you want.
Just watch the last 30 minutes. It was epic.
It was.
Epic.
It was.
This one, I thought, to be honest, we had talked about this before, about social media and how to use it for selling, because I went back to that thread where everybody posted things that they wanted to hear about or to talk about, and I looked at all the shows and I was like, good Lord, we did not do
we talked about selling avenues, and on the selling avenue one, we did talk about Facebook, like, seller groups, but we didn't talk about them as, like, a resource.
That's the only thing that I can think of as to why I thought we had already talked about it, was because we did bring up, like Facebook groups, but, or not Twitter, but YouTube has changed. It's going in the right direction. That's the one that I'm most excited about right now for avenues other than just reselling. Because of the introduction of the cards and what I think that's going to turn into.
For you said YouTube?
YouTube, yeah. How they've introduced the cards, the YouTube cards.
I don't know how to use them yet.
There's a girl called her thing is Sexy Savvy Social, and I love her. I know some people really hate her, but I love her. She gives you like super quick, fast little blurbs about how to use social media, and she's got a good video about YouTube cards and how.
I'll remember to use you to like promote me, and you're like, yeah, I really like. A lot of people hate her, but I really like her.
I know. Well, I mean, some people, and I think it's just because she talks really fast, but that's the whole point, is that she's trying to tell you the information really quickly, and letting you get on with. It's getting dark. I didn't turn the lights on. Let you get on with your stuff. But she covers all aspects of social media.
I'll have to check into that because I really lack on my social media at all.
I do too. I used to, when I did websites, I was huge into social media, especially Twitter.
Well, I think the reason why I haven't is just because like I don't have a niche that's like a desirable thing. Like nobody gives a crap about my stuff. Like if
your parts?
I had some, if I had something that was interesting, like I do pin, and the pins get tweeted and that kind of stuff, things that are interesting, like my Pumas. Those were interesting shoes. They're, late or early 70s vintage,
Those were cool.
Pumas. That's something to, social media about, but like what am I going to social media a filter holder for?
Well, but with your parts, you could pin it as, replacement parts, and have, like coffee replacement parts, have a board that's for coffee machines, replacement parts, because people really do look for stuff like that.
Yeah, I know if they did it, I wouldn't have a business, but
exactly.
I was going to learn more. If I ever did actually implement my second store that I was going to do, the American store, that would be huge, like, for social media.
You would have between Pinterest and Twitter and YouTube. I would even make YouTube videos related to that. I think people underestimate YouTube because
Me neither, Dusty. Me neither.
They're leather. YouTube is awesome.
Like a cow.
Right? YouTube is awesome for... Wait, did you say you would?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not nice. YouTube is awesome for just about everything because people don't just go to YouTube for entertainment. A lot of people go to YouTube to learn things and to learn about things, just like we do. Most of us, the YouTube videos, besides, cat videos, we go onto YouTube looking to learn about something. People want to learn all kinds of different, like your thing about like how to break apart the machine. If you did one, how to put the parts on something, that would get a lot of hits.
I'm sure it would because I go onto YouTube a lot for, like, I've done it a lot with my car. Like, I replaced my ignition switch off of a YouTube video.
Exactly.
I replaced my screens on my tablet and phones off of YouTube videos. I've done all kinds of things. Like, the first thing I do is check to see if there's a YouTube
And that's
video
exactly what I do because you've got someone talking to you about it while you're seeing it and hearing it. You've got all three learning styles all at one time with YouTube. That's why people are so into it.
Yeah, I have to see things to learn. I think that's why I do my YouTube videos the way that I do, and they're kind of long-winded and whatever, but it's to show a process, because I'm a visual learner. I have to see something. And, telling me how to do it is not, it's like, nothing's going in. But if I can see it, I only have to see it once, and I'm done. I know how to do it then. So that's why I do my videos the way I do. And, yeah, they are long and kind of boring sometimes, but, it shows a process, so...
I can't just see it, like, I need to see and hear. I need both for me to really get it. Like, in school, I would record, like, I would read stuff into a little mini micro recorder, and, that's redundant, isn't it? Mini micro, but I would read stuff into one of those little, handheld recorders and play it back while I was sleeping, just because I could hear myself. And I'd already seen it. Like, that's the only way that I can really retain information. It's weird, I know. That's just how I work.
So, when we're talking about social media and its uses for reselling, are we talking about, like, using them to help our business? Like, buy things and learn how to do things? Or are we talking about, like, how we use it to promote our things?
I think, well, for me, I wanted to talk on both fronts.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I wanted to make sure.
A lot of people that I really have to turn my light on. Hang on, I have to turn the camera off so it'll register the light. You continue.
Okay. Danica had to go pee, everybody. So let's just continue on.
I go feed my cat.
You're gonna get us in trouble. Shut up. So,
sorry, it won't register the light. Like, it'll just turn black if I don't turn the camera off and back on when I turn on the light. Sorry.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about first?
I say Pinterest first, because that seems to be one that people pretty much, it's the easiest, I think, to learn. Pinterest.
Yeah, Roberta was asking the other day, Roberta Wade was asking about how you change to direct your pins to a certain like promotion or a certain thing. What you can do is when you pin your items from eBay, whether you use the eBay pin button or you use your pin button at the top of your screen and your toolbar, you can go into your pin once you've pinned it and you can edit it and you can direct your pin to whatever you want to direct it to. If I pin something, generally what I'll edit my link to be is actually a search of my store. I learned that from a video from Key to Do people, the Key people. But yeah, you do it as a link to a search of your store of that item. And that way, if the link is dead, like the item's already sold, it's not just sending them to a sold item, it's actually sending them to your store.
Oh, I give people the wrong information. Because I heard you say that you pin to your storefront. And I completely, like, blocked out the rest of what you were saying.
No, I don't pin to my storefront. I pin to a search of my store for the item.
Gotcha.
And so that way, sometimes I won't even do it to that exact item. I'll do it to, like, 2 keywords of that item. So if it's, say, Disney cup, it's a Mickey Mouse cup, then I'll do a, I won't pin to a search of that exact cup. I'll pin to Disney cups or Mickey cups or maybe even just Mickey. So anything in my store that would have Mickey Mouse would come up, or anything that was Disney cup, any Disney coffee cups would come up, or whatever. So that way, they're not just seeing that one item, they're actually seeing everything that you have that's in that general,
category.
subject. Yeah.
Now, what if the item has already sold? Does it just go to your storefront?
It would just go to the search. It would go to the search of that item, and if that item wasn't there, it would still be the store.
Okay. So it does still get them to your store,
it still gets them to Pinching Pesos. It might just say that item's not there, but it's still going to be within my store. And if they do a search, you know how eBay is. If somebody does a search when they're in a store, it still stays in that store.
Right.
It doesn't go to all of eBay.
Well, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. That does make sense. So that's huge, because you're not just ending up with a broken link, or B, getting eyes on just that one item, and then those couple of people that view that one item will look in your store. It's human nature. Some people are just going to say, oh, what else do they have that I like? Which is great, but you're taking it a step further.
Yeah, and it's also good that it's a big deal on that it keeps the search in your store.
Heck,
because they're not going to search it, they're going to the top of the search page like they normally do, but it's staying within your store, not going to all of eBay. So that's an important thing.
That's pretty hugely important, I would think.
Yeah, and I mean, it does take a little bit more time, but if you get the link that's at the top of your screen and you kind of just copy that over into a note, like a little memo, you only have to change the part that's after the search equal whatever.
Is that where it puts the keywords?
Key it in. Yeah, you could just key that in. You wouldn't have to go to your store, search the item, copy the link, paste it over to Pinterest. You could literally just have that, URL information, and then type in, Mickey plus cup, and paste it over into it.
That sounds like a dirty video. Mickey plus cup. Dusty, do you pin your eBay stuff?
I don't even know how to do Pinterest.
Dusty.
So
Dusty's like, I got a pen right here. I can write down whatever I want.
I'm interested in that pen.
No, I think I have one. I think I signed up. I think it has like one thing on it, maybe. No, I don't.
I do know that the items that are pinned get more traffic. Like, they do get more views than the ones that don't.
Well, I have, like my vegan homeschool website, I have not posted since May of last year or the year before. I don't know. It's been a really, really, really long time. I still daily get traffic from pins that I made back then.
That's why it's so important to change your links, because all that stuff is dead. You know what I mean? If you change your link to your store a year from now when they're still pinning stuff, because I still get pins of items that I don't even sell anymore, like I would never even sell. Yeah. So if you change the link, at least they're going to make it to your store, even if they're looking at that pin a year from now, and people do, because like you, I get notifications, and it's like these pins of stuff, I'm like, I don't even remember that item, and
if you go to Pinterest and you look for like vegan potato salad, that mine has to come up like really close to the top, because I get so much traffic from that one pin daily. Like, because I check, where my traffic comes from and where they enter and where they exit, that kind of thing. I still check it up on the website, and that recipe gets hits daily. And all I did was, once I made the post, I went to my website, I clicked pin it because I have a sharing plugin. So I clicked to pin that photo, and that's it. And it gets me multiple hits. Look at how gross my fingernails are. I have like grout stuck on my fingernails.
Squirrel.
Anyway, but yeah, it's multiple hits per day. So you can imagine if that's for something that you're selling, the traffic that would generate. It's insane. And it's so
Flipping
easy.
keeps asking about the benefits of a business Pinterest account. I'm not really sure. I have one. I don't know what the benefits are.
Well, I think that the business, you have to have a business one to do the selling thing, don't you?
I thought you had to have a business one to have even a link to your...
To link to your website, I think you do. It does have to be a business.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought so. Only you can't get your eBay to do it. Like, you can't...
You can't use your eBay
URL. Here we go.
Well, that makes sense. But that makes sense, though, because they've been planning on implementing this buy button for a really long time. It's just working out the logistics of it. You have to understand, when you see a new thing come across, you know, like on platforms and stuff, they've been thinking about it for a while.
I think there might be a difference. Don't they give you, like, an analytical if you're a business?
I have never looked at it.
Let me look at my Pinterest, because like I said, I don't do it a lot. I only do it for items that I think might be interesting to people. You got to think, when you're doing your Pinterest pinning, think about what people pin. They pin things to things that they want, gift ideas, things for their children, things that are cute, you know, stuff like that. And
for
so that's
rooms of the house.
Rooms
of their house and recipes are huge things.
And their children. Like, I had
a thing.
Come on, brain, we can do it.
I know, mine's not working.
I had a Frozen bed set that I had put together back when Frozen was all sold out, and I had the comforter and the sheets and everything, you know, and that thing gets pinned like 10 times a day. It's basically, I've pinned it as everything your little girl needs for her bedroom. What the good part is if you actually go into those emails of your item got repinned, it'll tell you the folder those people put them in. And that's really, like, what board they put them on. And that's a really interesting thing to watch, because you can kind of learn how people are pinning. And I noticed, like, with that Frozen thing, it'll have, like, for Brianna, or, you know, this gift ideas. And so you start learning what people are naming their boards. And then from that, you can kind of route how you're presenting things. I could have very easily said, for sale on eBay blanket set. No, I put it as, you know, the perfect thing for your little girl, all she'll ever need, you know, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that gets pinned a lot. But I'm trying to look at my Pinterest so I can see what the pin is going on.
Right, it's so Pinteresting, as Dusty says.
Interesting. I looked. I actually do have a Pinterest.
Who was it that used to call it They called it Pinterest. I can't remember. They said it really weird.
Pinterest.
It used to make me crazy.
Pinterest?
It says, pick a pin and promote it, decide who sees it, pays for visits.
Well, no, the promoting thing, you have to be a business. To promote pins, right? You have to be
you have to be a business. There's also analytics. So I don't know if that's something that shows up on the regular Pinterest. Hang on, let me log into my personal Pinterest page, too. And then that way...
Mine's all the same. Am I the only one that just makes my stuff all the same?
I don't like people, and I don't want them all up in my personal stuff.
I don't want you all up in my business.
I don't want you all up in my business.
Be getting all up in my business.
All up in my stuff, trying to see what I want from my kitchen. You don't need to know all that. Get up out of my kitchen.
Like, when I was active with Vegan Homeschool, you know, the blog, You
really made it difficult for people. They had to homeschool and be vegan.
Yeah, dude, I'm not. Don't be coming up in here thinking it's easy.
I'm going to take something hard and make it harder.
People ask me that, though. They're like, do I have to be a vegan? And I'm like...
You're like, no, you don't, meat eater.
You're like, I saw your recipe board where you had all that meat on there.
If you need that flesh food to be happy... Dude, I used to be like that and be like, flesh food, nice. But like when I was really active with Vegan Homeschool, that's why I started Pinterest. That's why I started my Pinterest account, was because I wanted to draw traffic, because that's when it was exploding. Like, I had the beta, you know, where you had to be invited into Pinterest and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be huge for driving traffic.
I don't know what my password is.
Oh, good God, woman.
I
You
don't
just sounded like me. You've been hanging out with me too long. That's what it is.
I don't use it.
Did that answer? I mean, that's the only things that I know as to why you would need a business account.
I think
like
it's
why you would do a
analytics.
business.
Let me reset my password.
It's analytics. It's the analytics. It's to be able to promote your pins. You have to be a business.
So can we talk about Twitter? Because I don't know jack about that.
Twitter, yeah. I was like such a Twitter geek. I like had Hootsuite open at all times, and I was like scheduling. If you're on multiple platforms, something like Hootsuite is it makes it a lot easier because you can schedule like tweets and Facebook posts and things like that. So you just write it, spend an hour or so writing up all of your stuff, for the next few days, and then you just have to periodically, check in and see, has anybody replied, do you have any messages, what kind of activity?
I don't know what to put
on Twitter. Well, Miss Cool, okay, Miss Cool Finds, right?
I don't know anybody.
Well, I mean, I don't know her, but Miss Cool Finds, because I started a Twitter account for the show, which haven't done a thing with it. And she tweets her eBay, her like the stuff that she has for sale on eBay. She tweets them, and the big thing with Twitter is the dreaded hashtag, and you have to find the people that would be interested in your stuff. So it's basically a popularity contest. You have to find all these people.
Kardashian.
There you go.
See,
they're so.
I'm gonna be like, Kim K would love this.
I'm just kind of, I guess I'm old school, so that's why I'm so quiet. Although I've been accused in the chat now of being drunk, being high, no. I just don't know anything about. I just don't know anything about. That was Sean that said that one too.
I think it was analytics.
I mean, I do Twitter. I've done Twitter for years, but it's personal stuff. It's not. I don't do Pinterest. My wife's done it for years, but I don't. I guess I'm more old school. Like I don't see how. Okay, now we'll turn it into now the whole show downhill. Sorry, I just don't see how. I mean, and I've said this all along. All these people, oh my gosh, I'm going to take all my eBay stuff and merge it over, and I'm going to pin it on my board, and then I'm going to put it on my Twitter, and I'm going to create all these hashtags and do all that. I've never heard anybody say, and my sales increased tenfold. Never once.
Well, there are a lot of people that I've talked to that their sales actually did. Like items that had been sitting there for a while, and they pinned them, or it's mostly with Pinterest.
That maybe I could see, but I just don't like my stuff that I guess the kind of stuff that I sell, it's gonna sell anyhow.
Well, I don't have people buying like 6 tubes of Vagisil.
No, but I mean, I guess if you have.
I don't want to see that tweet.
A comforter or whatever, it just seems like it's a whole. Me personally, it seems like it's a whole lot more social media. I have to jump off into a whole lot more. Stuff that I have to do.
It's really easy to fall down the hole.
Yeah, and I will fall down a rabbit hole, as you know. So
it's really, but it's really easy to do it, especially like Twitter. For me, Twitter it's a lot easier to get stuck on it all day, because things go so fast.
Right.
Twitter, it's so fast, and if you tweet something in the morning and people reply to it, and then by that evening. It's already dead. Not dead, but that's old news for people that are on there constantly. But it is a viable traffic, place to get traffic.
It is, and I guess my thing is if you're, and I'm not saying it's only for people that are hurting for traffic, but I don't mean to imply that by any means. But I think it's like I got all the traffic I need. If that makes sense. And maybe I don't. And I'm sure there are people that say, no, Dusty, you're totally missing the boat. You could have so much more. I mean, I'm not having an issue selling items. So why do I need to jump off into all those other venues? Why can't I just keep my Instagram? I know, that's why I'm not doing it. And I'm saying that's where I'm coming from. Maybe it's because I'm old school. Maybe it's because I'm hard-headed. Maybe it's because I know I'll fall down a rabbit hole. I don't really know. But it just seems like something I don't
need. Look for a postcard in your mailbox from Dusty.
It's because what?
I said look for a postcard in the mailbox from Alabama Pickers advertising their
Angie Martin said that she tweets her Etsy items, but she has no idea where it's going. She said she knows to hit the button, and that's about it. And that's what, but that's what a lot of people. That's where it stops.
Right.
They hear they're supposed to do this. They don't know why. They don't know what it's doing for them, if anything. You know, there's a lot of follow up and follow through when it comes to social media. Like, you can't. I mean, Pinterest is pretty passive. Pinterest, you pin it. It's up there. People take it and run with it for you. You don't have to do much. Twitter, if it's something that grabs people's attention and they really like it, they'll retweet it, and then, you know, that ball can start rolling, but not necessarily.
I mean, I do see how it could be a viable means of free marketing if it was for somebody that was doing a private label item.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody like a couple of my items that I have that are wholesale items that I have multiple quantities that I know I'm going to be selling indefinitely, then yeah, but for all my one-off-ish, I guess in my brain when you say, you know, oh, you should connect it to your Twitter and connect it to your Instagram and everything else, I'm thinking of all these one-offs that I have, and I'm like, hell no. I'm not going to go to all.
But the whole point is, like Deb said with Pinterest, is to get them to your storefront and get them looking through your stuff. That's
my stuff's so eclectic. That's like whenever we have the. I'm not being argumentative.
No,
I felt like I was being really silent, and I mean that's kind of what was going through my head the whole time I was jonesing out or whatever.
But that's a good thing because there are other people thinking the same way.
Yep.
It's
to answer the question real quick is that it's analytics and promoted pins.
So that is all it is. That is the only thing. But those are two big things, guys.
Analytics, Okay, that's all.
But it's like whenever we have the the ongoing argument, do I need a storefront? Do I not need a storefront? And people say, oh, brand your storefront, brand yourself. Okay, no, I've had a storefront on eBay for years. I don't brand myself. Nobody comes in to buy Vagisil and then says, oh my God, I need those placemats. I mean, it's just not that. My stuff is so random and eclectic. I'm not a Dusty the Shoe Man. I'm not Dusty the men's suit man. I'm not Dusty the whatever. My stuff is so random, and it's that way on eBay and Amazon that there's no benefit. I mean, I do have a store subscription for other reasons, but I've never tried to market myself or promote myself, or for the same reason that I feel like if I did Pinterest, it might drag them into my store, but my stuff's so random, they're not going to need any of that crap. I think about a 1 in a million chance that lady's going to need some Vagisil while she's there. Well,
I mean, if I look at my analytics, just with the little bit that I do, and I don't do a lot of pinning. Like I said, I haven't in a long time. I looked at my analytics. It said my audience on a monthly basis is 3,663 viewers, but only 30 of them actually engage and click on the item. So that's not a very high percentage.
On which one was that on?
That's on Pinterest. That every month I get like this last 30 days I had 3,663 viewers of my items, but only 30 of them actually engaged and clicked on the item and took them to the page where it would go.
What's the percentage?
You got a 1% click through.
6%.
But 3,030, that doesn't put you 6.
It would be like 1%. Yeah.
That'd be less than 1%.
It went down 6.9%.
Oh, okay.
That'd be 0.9% because 33.
But I've gone up in daily impressions apparently.
But
somebody's looking at
have you been pinning recently? Have you pinned a lot of things recently? So you're gonna drop off.
I haven't pinned anything since the Pumas.
So you're going to fall off because when people pin something, as soon as they pin it, all of their friends get a notification. Oh my God, your friend pinned this! It must be awesome. Go see it. And that's when you get the repins.
Like all the people that are on my Pinterest are not my friends. Like I don't know who those people are.
I don't know who a lot of the people on my Pinterest are. I'm assuming I don't know. I'm hoping they're not like stalkers or something. They
probably are.
Probably. I had a stalker once. That was not cool. Cherry Vintage said it's important to change the keywords to good keywords because they are what Google uses. It messes up your results in Google and slows your sales if they're screwed up. What is she talking about?
So here's my boards. It on the analytics. It says your pins are appearing on these audience boards. Have lots of your pins. on beauty, cool deals, marketplaces, working for a living, projects to try, Abby's 7th birthday ideas, Geek Chick, office humor for my kids. That's really interesting information to know, though. Like, what people are doing, like where they're putting it.
I think it is because it gives you a lot of insight into what, or, you know, into the
What
type
is
of things that
interesting
people
to
are
your
looking at.
audience. Yeah.
And like Dusty said, it is a huge rabbit hole, and it does take time because we are such a now, you know, immediate kind of society anymore that you really have to keep up, you know, especially if a conversation is started because of, like, you know, something that you tweet or whatever. If you want you to stay relevant in that conversation, you have to participate in that conversation. Otherwise, someone else is going to jump in and make it theirs and about them, and then you've lost, you know what I mean? You've lost people. You've become irrelevant in the conversation that you started. What?
To answer Yaya's question, anyone know if you can still pin your specific item on Pinterest anymore? I want people to click and go to my item no matter the buy box. So you said buy box, I assume you're talking about Amazon. You would need to go to your Amazon storefront, find that item in your storefront, and click on it from there, and put that link that's at the top of your browser bar, because that's going to only show your offers.
That's what I was trying to say, but I don't think I did it. I don't think I said it very well. I have to, like, answer really quickly on the chat because I get lost. Like, I can't hear what you guys are saying when I'm typing. You know what I mean? It's like I can't, oh my God, it's like I'm ADD or something. Like I can't focus.
Okay.
The Twitter thing, Deb, do you use Twitter at all? I don't remember what you said.
The only thing I have for Twitter is the stuff that's, like, automatically sent to Twitter. I don't actually make any posts myself. So, like, when I post a YouTube video, it sends it to Twitter. When I post something on Pinterest, it sends it to Twitter. But there's not anything that I actually do myself. I don't know anything about it. I think
that yours, like, especially your YouTube channel, I think that, you know, even if you just tweet, you know, when you've posted a new video and like the title of the video or what it's about, and even if you just did like one hashtag that, you know, coffee pot parts, or, you know, I mean, seriously, it blows my mind the things that people search for. I think it would honestly drive that, and that's the whole reason that I started the Twitter for the show, and then promptly really haven't done anything with it. That's why I gave you guys the password. So, but it's like,
and we've both been working very hard on it.
I know, too. Right? It's awesome, but it really is such a great way to drive traffic to things. You know, especially like this, like Dusty said, you know, one-offs or something. If you don't have like a constant topic, like we do have a constant topic of making money, you know, talking about making money.
Right, or reselling, or
yeah. We do have that.
I could do in a dozen keywords. I could do all the hashtags, and that'd be it. You know, whereas with an inventory that's a couple hundred or several thousand items, I mean, you got to get keyword, you know, hashtags for all those. It just seems like a giant amount.
It's a time suck. It really is a time suck, but that's why I say, like, Hootsuite comes in really handy because, or, you know, there are other apps, like, just for Twitter where you can schedule your tweets and things. So you could sit down and spend 30 minutes and schedule out tweets for a week, you know, and see where it takes you, see if it does anything for you. Now, Instagram is something that I know nothing about. I've purposefully stayed away from Instagram just because I see that as being the biggest time suck.
I wanted to do Instagram, but I don't have anything good to put on there.
Like I
wanted to do it. I thought I saw the opportunity in it.
Well, there are people making money.
But I was like, what am I going to take a picture of? Like,
right.
You know, ooh, I saw this, you know, piece of crap out in the wild.
Look at my shoestring. Like, I would be better off doing stock photography than I would trying to come up with something for Instagram. Like, I could see myself spending a day easy. Like, okay, would this be good? Do you think this would be good? Should I put this on Instagram?
I think I started an Instagram account, and I think I posted one thing one time, maybe, I'm not sure. But I was like, man, I wish I had better products. I think that's what I might do with my business. Because, I'm getting more Amazon-oriented. I decided that I was going to go out and do retail art at least once a week, that I purposely, because I don't do any of it on purpose right now. Now it's just, I'm at the store picking up a prescription. Let me wander over to the clearance section. And so I'm going to start doing that once a week now on purpose. But then I think I might actually start trying my other business idea that I had. And I really think that Instagram and Pinterest and things like that would be something that I could use for American Soil.
Right.
American Soil is the name of my second eBay store that I have a business idea on. So I think I'm going to try to do that.
Are you selling dirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
I go around to people's yards, and I steal their dirt, and I take a picture of their house, and I'm like, here's the dirt from this house, and you can buy it.
That's awesome.
And it's for sale.
No, it's all American.
$49.99.
It's American-made products. That's why it's called American Soil.
I think it's genius. It's only going to have products made in America. I mean, think about the ways that you can put that out there. You know what I mean? I mean, there are so many opportunities because so many people want to buy American-made things. They want to support our country and our economy. Who doesn't? And Deb is talking about putting only things like that in one place. I think it's genius.
I don't think I have anything made in America, though.
That's what I said. I was like, it's going to be difficult to source the items, but if I'm doing Amazon, predominantly, then I can still source. It's just going to take time to accumulate enough stuff.
You know what's made in America?
I think I have, right now in my store, I probably have, 4 things on my razor blades.
Made in America, baby!
Things that are, made in the USA. You know what I mean?
Well, the sad thing is it's mostly going to, not sad, well, I guess it's not sad, but, it's mostly vintage things because there really aren't a lot of things that are made here anymore besides, cars, Yeah. But I think that's going to be I think it's going to catch on really quickly, and I don't think you're going to be able to keep up with it alone. That's what I think. Right. I think you're going to have to bring in people. I
would have to go sourcing. I would have to hire a sourcer.
I think so.
And it would be easier for them because really all they're looking for is a country. You know what I mean? So. Well,
what would be big with that is Etsy.
Should I get this? Should I get this? No, is it made in the USA? Okay,
get it.
That's the criteria. Yeah. So I really think I could actually hire a sourcer, to go sourcing.
A sorcerer?
No, not a sorcerer. I wouldn't get them a hat.
To work their magic?
A sorcerer.
Oh, I want a sorcerer.
A personal shopper.
I want a sorcerer. I don't want that. I want a sorcerer.
Vagisil in New York. Is it really? Hold on.
It really?
Oh, I can't go over there.
Why is Dusty able to look that up so quickly? Does he have?
Because I have them on my shelf, but I.
Cherry said that what she was talking about with the keywords. She said it's important to change the keywords back to something that describes items in your store, as those keywords are used by Google to find your items. So, people.
I think she's talking about the eBay keywords.
Yeah. Yes.
Because those get all screwed up. My eBay keywords are dance go, I think, is one of my keywords, and something else.
Mine are just, I went and looked at them a minute ago because I never paid attention to it, and it's just a random mix of things that are actually in my store. But that's the thing, though, on those kind of keywords, I've heard people mention that before. What am I going to put? Vintage? I mean, because I got some vintage stuff in there, but, I would rather the keywords that are in my store. I don't know. I'm just not I've never really made any move because of my personal type of inventory. I've never really taken a lot of time to try to market myself or build a brand because I don't think that's viable option for my type of business that is such a wide variety. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not building a brand. I'm not, I don't know. If it was, like I said, if it was different or I private labeled or I sold all of vintage clothing or all old dishes or whatever, I mean, it'd be totally, totally different, definitely. And I would examine a lot of this stuff more, but, or I'm just crazy, one of the two.
Hunter was talking about selling beach sand. And there's a girl that she lost her job, blah, blah, blah. And she had this idea, she was trying to find something to sell, basically, entrepreneurial spirit at work. And she lives down at the ocean. I think she's in North Carolina, like down where my mom lives. And she takes these towels. I think she's got like these organic cotton towels. She goes down to the ocean. She soaks the towels, takes them home, puts them on drying racks, and, dries out all the water so that she's just left with the salt. And then she flavors the salt, and she sells these gourmet salts. Kid you not. And the chick is rolling in it.
But she scrapes the salt off a bath towel?
I don't know how she does it. I don't know. All I know is people buy it, people love it. She's making money. I know. The first thing I was like, lint. I would just there would be lint. But I think it's more like
towel. I
know. I think it's more like she shakes it off. She's probably using like the tea towels, like organic cotton tea towels. And she just I'm assuming she just shakes off the salt and then she processes it somehow. The sun's going to kill the stuff. So, but yeah, she is rolling in it. So, selling sand from the beach, somebody's going to buy it.
Oh, foot flavored pink Himalayan salt crystals, please.
Ew. You had to bring your feet in there, didn't you? Ew.
Feet.
She's probably rubbing them on her,
where's Jeff Davidson?
Butt. I don't know. Jeff's not been around much.
He's supposed to be in here telling us we suck.
I didn't even think to ask. I'm so dumb. He's the person that should have been in here.
I thought about it right before we started, but he'd just been on a show yesterday, so I didn't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I literally thought about
I think he's doing Oh. I knocked my trash over. I think he's doing about as good as me. He looks like he's in a lot of pain lately. What other... Oh, the Instagram. Neither one of you do... Or no, Dusty, didn't you say you do Instagram?
I do for personal, but even then I very rarely get on it. And when I do, I usually go through and weed out people that I just don't give a crap about anymore because it's a time suck. I mean that's just me.
Well, but that's why I've never done it, because I think it would just be a ginormous time suck. I mean, I can see that being worse than Twitter. But look at how many people are making money on Instagram. I don't know how they're making. I don't understand, but
I mean, I get on there literally, and it's like friends that I don't see that often. I get on there and I go, oh, that's really cool. They went to the beach. There's a picture. Oh, that's really cool. Their daughter went off to college.
I feel like I connected with my friend.
Well, at least we didn't totally lose touch. I got to see a picture of their kid in some really ugly clothes or whatever. But
should have bought my stuff.
I'm assuming that, Dusty, you don't have a Facebook for your store.
Oh, God, Facebook, duh.
And do you have a Facebook for your business?
Me?
Yeah.
No, just Profit Talk and the ladies group are the only groups that I have. The 1500 room, I think, I wondered if you were going to brand it in any way for pinching pesos, but I don't know if that's the direction that you want to take it.
No, I have a Facebook page.
What?
For pinching pesos.
What in the hell?
But it's for customers. It's not for...
What you talking about?
It's where I'll post items that are interesting. And when I had those spurs rings, I did I boosted that post. I think I did like a $5 or $10 budget on boosting that post.
Is that how you got such a good price out of it, do you think?
I don't know. I think I got in and got out in the right time.
Okay.
On those two, because I sold 2 of them. And then I boosted the post about that big super soaker gun that I had. And, I mean, it does get views, and they do get engagement. You know, there are random people that like the post, you know, that I don't know who they are. I don't know if it actually sold anything, but, you know, I do know that people engaged, and I know people viewed. But, you know, so I do have a Pinching Pesos page just for the business, like, aspect, like, to promote, like, to customers.
Do you think that that is more viable for eBay?
I do. Yeah.
Like, I have the vegan homeschool thing. There's I have a store, like an Amazon store for that. But I honestly, I never did a whole lot with it. And I never saw a whole lot from it either, because you get what you put in, you know. But actually, oh my God, I'm so stupid. I have a vegan homeschool Facebook page. And they, you know, I have, you know, promoted things in there. And it, you know, there was engagement, and I did make some sales through there. How could I forget about that? But where I'm not so much into it. Like, it's not that I'm not interested anymore, but I don't have enough time to devote to it anymore. So it's not like super active. People will ask questions, and it's basically like they come to me asking questions, like they want advice from me or something like that, you know. And if I see something cool that's homeschooling related or veganism related, especially geared toward children, then I share it there. And there's instant, you know, people instantly interact with the post. You know, there's a lot of engagement when I do post there. So I think that, honestly, I think I should spend more time on it and with it, especially so that it wouldn't be forgotten by me. But
yeah, I mean, I posted my sale over there, like my 50% off sale that I did over the weekend. I posted it over there. I don't know who's going to see it. You know, it's not like I have a ton of followers, but it's there, you know, and you need to post things periodically.
yeah.
So,
I think Facebook is a good place to promote. I think it's more promoting yourself, and, like, I don't know if I would say privately, like the book thing. Like, I think that Facebook is going to be really important place for the book. But I don't know. But, like, what you've set up for Pinching Pesos, I think that's smart. I just don't think that I...
With pepperoni.
What?
Like,
I don't...
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. Like, I don't know that it would get me anywhere with what I do. Does that make sense?
yeah, 'cause you do a lot of Amazon.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't posted anything on eBay in like 6 months.
So, I mean, I know I keep saying this, but I know it's something that will really be important, you know, for American soil. It's not so important for Pinching Pesos. You know what I mean? Just because of products, and just because, you know, what are people supposed to interact with? You know, as far as like the current business that I have, there really is nothing, you know, to present. Like, if I was doing stuffed animals, it would be great to have like a Facebook page for that, you know, on lost levies or whatever, you know, or that kind of stuff. But yeah, for the current eBay business I have, it's just not, like I said, I only post things that are unique and interesting.
Texas Gal Treasure said she wouldn't know what to post for my reselling. I don't know what platform she's talking about. Iron butt picker, really? I was trying to look and see what they were talking about in the chat, but I think I probably shouldn't have gone over there.
I shouldn't have gone there either.
Y'all are crazy. Talking about poop frisbees.
Frisbees.
They were talking about cow pies.
Don't ask.
No, you gotta just, like, they have the cow pie tosses.
Well, you can sell those as fire starters. There, private label that. Boom. Massive money. I do, whether that Iron guy is a troll or not, there was a valid point made that you don't have to use social media. You know, I think social media is, if you're new, I think social media can be a great way to boost yourself. You know, wherever you're selling, whatever platform that you're selling on, whatever it is that you're trying to do, social media is a great way to get yourself in front of people that quickly, you know, the organic growth would take much longer. So I think it's for new people, especially, you know, like people with a new venture, I think that social media is huge, because you're not going to get, I hate to keep saying this, but you're not going to get organic traffic quickly when you first start something. You have to, and I'm more talking like start something on your own, not like on eBay or Amazon or whatever, because you're automatically getting put in front of all the people that they have advertised to, and, you know, the traffic that they've already driven to the site themselves. But I still see that, especially on eBay, I still see social media for newbies as being a great step to take, because you're going to drive traffic directly to yourself. If you're starting out with like an e-commerce site, social media is the best way, and it's free. You know, it's the best way to get people's eyeballs on your stuff. You know, I can't tell you how much traffic that I've gotten on websites purely through social media. You know, come up with something clever and it'll take off on its own, basically. You know, if you got a clever tweet and it gets retweeted, you know, and it just keeps going and going and going, well, there's a whole bunch of traffic that you never would have gotten, you know, on your own. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's really hard to direct things to your store if you're just trying to promote it yourself. But all of these platforms like Instagram and Pinterest and Twitter and Facebook, they already have the users.
Yeah.
You just have to put the content.
You
know,
just have to get their
have
attention.
The members.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, you know, you're not trying to get 1 million users. They're already there.
Yep. You just need to grab their attention somehow. You just need to get them.
Boobies.
Basically,
Do it with boobies.
Exactly. Basically, think of social media as me.
Boobies.
You know, how are you going to get my attention when you know that my attention is lost literally like that? You know, I can be sitting here talking to you, and in the middle of a word, I'm over here.
Yeah,
you know?
We noticed when you were, oh, look at my nails.
Well, you know, I'm just saying. But that's how you really have to think about people, you know, when you're using social media in your business. You have to realize, you know, like on Twitter, you got 140 characters to grab their attention and get them to do what you want. You know, you have to be clever. You can't be boring. You can't just be blah.
You guys know me.
I ramble a lot. I use a lot of internet speak on Twitter because I got to say too much.
I'm trying to look on my traffic reports to see if I'm getting any traffic from anywhere other than eBay.
What's Raymond talking about? Like and share giveaways. Oh, for social media? Giveaways are huge, dude. You know, like I have people, like I still have people, you know, that'll email me, hey, you know, can you give this away for me on the homeschool site? You know, can you run a contest for me or whatever? Or they'll give me stuff to review. But the giveaways, all you have to do in a tweet or, you know, a pin or whatever, you know, Facebook post, whatever, all you have to do is say giveaway, like pound giveaway, and you're instantly going to get hits on whatever it was that you posted, because people search the hashtag giveaway and contest and things like that. It is really that's a really good point, Ray. Good content, good pictures. Yeah. Texas Gal said, with Pinterest, I find that as much as I put into it is how much I get out of it. All of social media is like that. You have to put in the time, and that's why I say that's where something like Hootsuite comes in.
$7.
You know, that where you can schedule your stuff out, you know, so that you don't have to sit there and, you know, every half an hour.
$7.
Send, you know, okay, pull up Twitter, or, you know, whatever Twitter app you use. Okay, pull up Twitch. You know, I'm gonna, okay, tweet that. And, you know, Twitch. It's a Twitter app.
I thought it was a video gamer platform. I was like,
oh, it is.
You just let your gamer side show.
Twitch it is. It's a place to watch stuff. Oh no, it's Tweetcha. It's this really cute little bird. Can you see it? Oh wait, see the cute little bird? That's Tweetcha. That's the Twitter app that I use. Anyway, that's the shiny stuff again. But using something where you can schedule things out for you, it saves so much time. Yes, you have to carve out a little chunk, you know, to schedule all your things, but that little chunk makes you, you know, gets you through the day. If you want to spend 15 minutes.
That's what I call my daughter.
Chunk.
Chunk.
Oh, she's got the cheeks. But, you know, if you spend 15 minutes every morning, you know, schedule a few tweets for the day, schedule a few Facebook posts if you have a Facebook group or a Facebook page, schedule these things out, take 15 minutes, schedule the things out, and boom, you're done for the day. And it's just 15 minutes.
There are some Facebook groups. I know that eBay Mommy has one, and so does Cindy Sorley. If you're in the cost group, which is kind of hard to get in, but if you're in it, they have a Pinterest group, and so does eBay Mommy, and they basically will pin each other's posts. And there's a bunch of participants, and you basically can put like 10 a day, and they'll pin your post to their boards. You know, so you got to think, if, you know, 50 people pin your posts to their boards, you know, 10 of your posts to their boards, you know, that's a lot of traffic generated.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you do the same thing, you know, so it's kind of give and take kind of scenario.
There's a lot of like blogs that have where they, you know, they'll run something like one day of the week, you know, you post your stuff, and it's just like that, you know, where, okay, you post your stuff, you have to at least look at 2 other people's things, and, you know, you can do it that way, and that's mostly for websites and things like that. But there are ones that are social media things, you know. I think Follow Friday is still a thing on Facebook. You know, on Fridays you take 5 people that you follow that you think other people should know about, and you do, you know, pound Follow Friday, and let people know about it. And you know, that's still a way to get followers. Like my homeschool Twitter account still has over 1,000 followers. I haven't tweeted anything in over a year. You know, but I can go back and tweet, and all those people are still going to see, you know, what I have to say. Like, I haven't lost those people. They're still going to see it. They're not going to remember who I am anymore, probably, but, you know, they're still there. And a lot of those people I got because I was engaging, you know, I was active with, you know, bigger names and things. People saw my name in connection with these big names and started following me, you know. I think social media, I think social media is important as a reseller.
I just learned something from Twitter. There was a coupon thing, and it said the rebate for Hamburger Helper is back. If you buy 3 Hamburger Helpers, you can get free ground beef up to $8.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like Hamburger Helper or ground beef, but Dusty.
I'll eat anything.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
The ground beef?
Consider yourself tweeted.
Angie Martin, when I say scheduling out, there's something called here, it's in the chat, Hootsuite. That's the one that I used. There's a free version and there's a pro version. You can schedule Facebook posts and tweets. You can send the same thing to both platforms. It doesn't matter. You choose what platform you want it to go to. And you can type up a tweet, and then down below it you hit schedule, and you schedule when you want that tweet to be sent out. And you can, if you want to send the same tweet 5 times in a day, schedule it out for 5 times in a day. You know, you literally schedule when that tweet is sent. Like, just because when you put it in Hootsuite, it's saved until the time that you elected to have it posted to Twitter or Facebook. It's genius, actually.
What does Hootsuite mean? Not. I know what you're talking about, Hootsuite, but what does Hootsuite mean in French? I forgot.
I should know that.
Because that's what they're playing off of, is that word. Does it mean, like, right away?
Yeah.
It means Royale with cheese.
Yeah. Hootsuite, I think it's like quickly. Isn't Hootsuite?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, Hootsuite. I think it's French for 4 years, and I don't know what that is.
I know. That's my thing but I'm pretty sure that Hootsuite is quickly. Yeah. Okay. It's a colloquial meaning immediately or right away. So
yeah,
there you go.
I knew they were playing on that, but I couldn't remember what it meant.
Yeah. Not sure it matters what time. I don't get that. Time does matter because not everybody's on Twitter 24/7. And you don't want to send 5 tweets immediately right after each other, because then you're just going to get everybody. People probably won't see each one of them. You're going to get lost in the scroll. And B, if you send out 5 tweets all at one time, or like bam, 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 people are going to think, okay, that's the only thing that this person is doing. But if you put enough space in between them, people forget. They're not going to realize that, okay, the only time I see that name is with a for sale thing. Most people aren't going to put that together.
People said that about Pinterest too, but I don't think the timing on Pinterest is as relevant as
I don't think the timing on Pinterest is.
Or Twitter, because I know you post something on Facebook, it's gone. It's gone away. Nobody's ever going to see it again. Twitter's the same way. But on Pinterest, like we were saying earlier, things from a year ago, people are repinning constantly.
Yeah, so timing I don't think matters at all for Pinterest.
On Pinterest.
Maybe seasonally. I could see seasonally pinning, like a seasonal pin. I could see it being more popular during or right before the season that it's meant for. But it's still going to get traffic all year long. People think about things all year long. People fall down the rabbit hole. They see a cool pin that, something that you pinned that someone repinned, and they go back to the source and they start looking through your boards and things. Pinterest is a huge rabbit hole.
Ooh, there's
So she understands.
Sometimes
I'm not so good. I know. Sometimes I'm not so good at displaying things. Does anybody have any questions, or did we do good?
They're
I think we covered
everything answered at all.
I know, right? Well, I think we did. I think we covered stuff pretty good.
I forgot MySpace.
We stayed on topic the whole time.
MySpace, yeah.
Is it still around?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my apologies to anyone.
Old pages are still there if you look yourself up.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Apologies to anyone in the audience who is on MySpace, but you need to get it live.
MySpace.
Yeah, they'll have to remember
so
their old AOL.com email address.
My father-in-law still has one. He's like, I'm not changing. I'm like,
Well, that's what they say, that you can tell somebody's age based off of whether or not they have an AOL.com.
You know how hard it was to get Bama and his first name at AOL? And I'm like, really? Because I bet that was really wanted.
Sue said the only thing that ever gets repinned from her Pinterest is a bacon roll-up thing.
Bacon is pretty popular.
You should sell those
Right. That's funny.
Sell bacon on eBay.
Ew. It'd have to be like smoked bacon, right? Because that doesn't go bad.
I think it is. I think it can. There's a time and a place for marketing by using social media, and I'm not, didn't mean to sound discouraging to anybody, but if you're new, don't spend a lot of time on it.
Don't know.
eBay and Amazon already have their own search, and they have their own, I think that's what you were kind of trying to say earlier. I was trying to follow it, but I mean, it's totally different if you had your, like you said, like if you had your own e-commerce site, or if you have a big private label brand that you've ordered 10,000 of them from China. But I mean, don't spend a ton. Don't fall down the rabbit hole would be my advice. But use that time to be listing instead.
I agree.
Grow your sales. But
and that's what I said. I think that social media for new people, like new e-commerce sites, new websites, new blogs, that kind of thing, it is a wonderful use of your time because it is going to drive that traffic to you. But eBay and Amazon, they already spend so much money promoting their sites. If you use the correct keywords, people are going to see your stuff.
Speaking of which, I did read something the other day that's going to, Google put Google's search algorithm, which is called Panda, is their code name for it, put the slap down on eBay last year because of the way eBay presents the little ads inside their auctions. It basically considered it spammy. So for like a year now, and I may not have the whole story correct. I've done a lot of reading on it, but I still don't totally understand it. So for like the last year now, a lot of items wouldn't show up, weren't favored by Google. Is that correct? Do you know anything about all this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is true.
But they're letting them back in now. Did I read that correct? That they've kind of come to an agreement?
They're lifting the. You can get in basically like Google hell, which
right.
It's like if Google doesn't like what you're doing, they will shut you down. You won't show up in the search results. If you keyword spam,
let's
the person.
Clarify the website, like
yeah, it's the entire website. It's not, if you have multiple users on a site, it doesn't matter. It's the entire site as an entity.
Right. I didn't want people to think you were talking about them specifically.
No. It's as an entity.
They're like, Google hates me. I hate Google.
That's why I'm not selling. No, but if Google lays the smackdown on you, it's really hard to come out from underneath it, if you can at all. I've seen so many sites go down because they ended up on Google's bad side. It's entirely possible. And what eBay does do, I mean, it is kind of spammy, and I think that Google was well within their rights. But yeah, it did suppress. I think it's lifted because so many things when you search them, eBay is the first. It's Amazon and then eBay. Right. So it is starting to show up again. So I think that they've lifted it, but there was a time, and it was kind of nice, as someone using Google, not trying to shop or whatever. It was nice to not have Amazon, eBay, for the first 2 pages. It's hard to beat out Amazon and eBay for keywords. It's really hard to beat them because there's they have so much weight. The age of Amazon and eBay websites lends a whole lot to their weight. The fact of how many users they have, how much information is on their sites as a whole. It's hard to beat that out. You have to have a lot of high quality, keyword rich content to beat out sites like that.
Right.
But yeah, don't mess with Google because they really will. Nah, I made Roberta panic.
And I guess that's where I've kind of come from on it as well. I tend to kind of lean more on, be dependent on that people are going to come to the platform I'm selling on, or that there might be, or they might find me through Google. If I search my item on Google and boom, it pops up, and then it says, oh, it's for sale on Amazon. I'm going to be a little more dependent on people finding me that way.
Well, that's where creating your Amazon listing comes in, though. You need to know what part of an Amazon listing that Google actually crawls because they don't search the entire Amazon listing. Google doesn't search the entire thing to get looking for the keywords. They don't crawl the whole thing. And
Right.
Amazon puts the most weight on only certain parts of a listing. So educating yourself on that is a huge service, especially, for things that you've got multiples of or a replin or something like that, so that you do come out at the top of the search. But I agree, Google is huge.
So
Showing
I
up in Google
should,
listings.
so I should stop pumping my keywords over to Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah. Is that still there?
Yes. Links
Is
to
it
MySpace.
really?
And
Exactly.
AOL, and if you
Link.
act now, they will send you an AOL installation disc.
Mhm.
Absolutely free of charge. It can also be used as a drink coaster.
Or
we
Chinese
made
routine.
we made so many like sun catchers and like vacation Bible school. You put a fish thing on both sides of it, and
On an AOL
So
disc.
you were
Out of the
stealing
AOL
AOL just to make
yeah, we were upcycling, baby.
Did you?
There were so many people that took them with ribbon in between, and then you take the discs and you put glue on the AOL side and stick the two AOL sides together, so it's just shiny disc on the outside. And they're people hanging them in trees outside to catch the sun, and decorating freaking Christmas trees with red and green ribbon on their AOL discs. For Scouts, we took we had the AOL discs and took a picture of your kid up close, and then cut out a circle of construction paper that was just a little bit smaller than the disc, so you had the shiny around it, and then you put your kid's picture in the middle.
Oh my lord.
I'm crafty.
Wade just asked in the chat if I stood up on my right. Did I just see you stand up on your right leg? No, I did not. I stood up a minute ago holding, it's my right leg, it's bad, holding onto the desk with my right leg, standing on my left, long enough to turn myself around and sit with my right leg propped up.
How many more days do you have for weight bearing?
I get on the 16th, which is Thursday. I've got therapy tomorrow, therapy on Thursday. I'd have it every Tuesday, Thursday from now on. Or, yeah, forever, probably.
It's mental therapy.
So, yeah, Thursday is the day I can start putting weight on it, which, I mean, come on, that's not an exact science. I could do it today. And Tristan's like, no, you will wait till Thursday.
I'm telling you, take it slow.
She had, she's had a real bad ear infection. She was down all day, and I was...
Is that what's wrong?
Yeah, I was jonesing. She's had it for a couple of days. She already went to the doctor. They gave her an antibiotic. It's not getting any better. She's ringing in her ear and stuff, so it's gotten worse. But I was jonesing to go somewhere, and I was sitting there thinking, crutch to the car. All I got to do is push the gas pedal.
You can do that with your left foot.
With my right. Well, it's 5-speed, so I'm already going to have to shift with my...
Oh.
But you don't use that much weight to push gas.
Did you drive with your boot on?
No, I would take the boot off once I got to the car, set it in the seat, and drive with just my bare foot or with my sock.
I'm not going to say that I didn't do that.
And then when I get where I'm going, get out, get the knee scooter out of the trunk. I mean, I could totally do this.
Did you do it?
No, because she wouldn't go to sleep. I was hoping she'd take a nap.
So who went and got you your slushie?
Oh, that's my daughter brought it on her way home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was
like,
dying to go to Walmart or somewhere. Somebody said that Walmart had 90% off. It was in the 1500. Was it Roberta? Yeah. And
the 1500 room, guys. Once you're done, Dusty, we need to talk about the 1500 room.
Oh, I'm done. I'm just rambling at this point because I'm so tired. Sorry.
Oh, no, the 1500 room, guys, is the new group on Facebook. It's for intermediate and above sellers because there's no hand-holding. There's no... I mean, I'm not going to say you're not going to learn anything in there because you will, but it is not for new sellers, and it's not an elitist thing by any means. It's just a lot of it is going to be over the head of new sellers.
Well, and what happens in group?
It's not that. It's just there's not a breakdown of information because it's just something that you eventually learn already. If you've been selling for 6 months or a year, you're going to know what FBA is, or you're going to know, you
what
know,
a bolo is.
what kind of box you need to buy, or things like that. And so it generally just bypasses all the general questions that come in every day, like how to remove Sharpie and that kind of stuff, because we've kind of already done that. We've bypassed that, area. So it's just kind of a little refuge for the intermediate sellers, to come in and kind of be it's a drama-free environment, and just some place to post your bolos or your experiences, or your hoorays. I like to post my woohoo, I sold this and this.
Woo!
And it's just, I think it's encouraging, and I like it because I know that I'm not going to get annoyed, or
We all want to help people.
it's a nice place to be in my
It is.
day.
It's a nice break. I mean, because we all want to help people, or else we wouldn't be doing stuff like this. But
I wouldn't post all those YouTube videos and tell people to contact me if they have questions if I didn't like being a
Exactly.
helper. But
Exactly.
there is a place for everyone, and this was just kind of it's almost like a break. It's like a break place.
sometimes you need a break
I call it a
from
rest.
the questions.
It's like a Kit Kat bar.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
So if you would like to join up, it's the $1,500 room. I started that off of an idea that somebody had posted over in, I think, in Reseller Society, asking, kind of what people's breaking point was when they really felt like they had made a business and they had done this and they had kind of learned the ropes. And it really came out that I noticed that the people that were responding, the breaking point was about $1,500. Once they could consistently hit that mark, that, they just excelled from there, and it just kind of gone up, and that was just kind of the more intermediate crowd that, So that's why I named it that. That's where it came from. It was inspiration from a post that somebody was asking about experienced sellers and what point they felt like they really kind of got there, that they had gone to that next level.
Right. And
Which
I
is
agree.
not a huge amount of money, but it is kind of that breaking point between the beginner and the, okay, I kind of got this.
I keep calling it the 1,500, like
I
that
call it
show, the
the
4,400.
Yeah, I call it
Yeah.
the 1,500 also.
It's the
700
1,500.
Club with Pat Robertson.
Excellent. But it's
But
it's
I really
nice.
wanted it to get a lot of members that I could cap off at 1,500. I just thought that would be fun. Yaya said it costs $1,500 to join. Yes, it does. We're all very elite. We are the elite of the elite, and
Good
it's
Lord,
$1,500 to join.
$1,500.
I'll send you my PayPal address so you can join us.
I know that's right.
No, it's totally free. So, but there's a lot of familiar faces there,
There's a lot of new faces though, like people that I don't see posting
Lord.
anywhere. There's like people I don't see posting anywhere else, but I think it's
Yeah,
just
there's-
because of that, that level thing. Because it seems like there's so much in the feeds that's
Well,
new
you just
questions
kind
and
of know
things.
that you can post your question, or you can post your just whatever you want to talk about, and know that you're gonna have people that are your peers, and I think that's what it is. It's about being in your peer group.
Well, and you're not going to get a ton of questions on it. I've run into
What's
that.
your ROI?
Yeah,
How much
I've
did
run
you
into
really
that
make?
a lot. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love the groups, but you do need that one place. Like the ladies group is for a lot of us. It's a safe place. It's that place that we go. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about, and we know that we're okay there. It's a break.
Yeah, I feel really comfortable. Like I posted, things like today I was posting, hey, I sold these on Amazon for $40 and bought them for $4. I can't find any more. Go try to find them. But I wouldn't have posted that anywhere else.
Well, you would have, because you would have been
You would have
bombarded.
had a lot of questions about it, and a lot of this, and I really just wanted to share. And if anybody wanted to roll with that, they could, or not.
And that's the awesome. I mean, that's one of the awesome things about it, though, is that you get ideas. Like, oh, maybe try this or, that to go along with it. You know what I mean? Like John posted something about the Amazon ad campaign stuff. And there's been helpful interaction, because a lot more people are
in that peer group.
A lot more people are in that, yeah.
No.
No. And if you don't, if you apply, so to speak, asked to join the 1500 group and you don't, you're not, it's not accepted or whatever, please don't take that as a bad thing, It's not, I feel like I don't want people's feelings to get hurt.
At the same time, some of the groups got to where they're at by accepting everyone. There can be, then you go to a point where
it gets out of hand.
It gets out of hand and you get too many people, and every time you go in there, all you see is the latest post at the top that says, what does FBA mean? Everybody's posted 557 snarky things underneath it, so it's kept it at the top. You know what I mean? It can get real big. So you do have to place limits and things, and I just hit my ankle.
Oh,
it'll be fine. I should go drive on it to make it feel better.
I'm sorry. Why don't you go out and slip in the driveway a little bit? I think your garbage needs to be taken out.
This is the worst day. It's been raining or something. I don't know. I didn't I went outside. But it's been foggy.
You look like you need a freaking Snickers bar.
Hey, those Snickers commercials?
Yeah. And you're like, I don't like the Pinterest, and I don't want to do no Instagrams. And you want a Snicker for our Dusty? You need a Snicker.
I wanted to get out. I overslept. I slept really late. You don't want to know how late. And I couldn't get up, and I couldn't get going. It was foggy and gloomy and yucky outside. It wasn't like a beautiful spring day that it should have been.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'll just lay around and fall down rabbit holes looking at YouTube.
That site was really cool, though.
That was all. I actually spent about 3 hours looking at that site.
That was awesome. Dusty found Tara.
What was Yeah, it was some website that was all things you don't find. How would you describe it?
Lost things.
Lost things. This. Y'all probably seen it. It's gone around for a while, but this couple that was willed their grandparents' shoe store that was closed up 50 years ago, and everything's in a layer of dust, like a time capsule.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh, the whole entire website's like that. It's check out this light castle that you can get off Airbnb, and you can go live in it and rent it for $125 a night. The only problem is it's on an island in Scotland. But it was
I would so be there. An island in Scotland? Yup.
Yeah, it was people with underground shelters that were now just being discovered. It was a pretty awesome site. I can't remember what the name of it was.
This is the part of the show where we just stayed live. We should have gone non-live 20 minutes ago.
We so should have hung up 7 subjects ago.
But that's okay!
But I don't know. I start talking with the people in the chat and... Okay, so I think with that we need to say adieu.
Bye, guys!
We will see you guys Wednesday morning. Don't forget the plethora of phenomenal shows and groups and things, guys. But we will... I know, right? We'll see you guys Wednesday morning. Thanks for watching.